Hey everyone, so I made this resource for you all because as I was reading through Persepolis, and I've read it before, but I was talking with Ms. Warner and we were just saying we both feel a little confused by the historical context sometimes. So I made this slide deck of just some key events and helpful resources that basically helped me to understand more broadly um, just what is kind of going on in Margie's life. So, first up, yeah, I just kind of talked a little bit here about how Persepolis is obviously the backdrop of it is this huge historical and cultural moment, but we're getting it from the perspective of a child. And so sometimes because Margie doesn't have all the information and she's getting it in sort of like a piecemeal way, um, it's hard for us too, especially since we're reading this as an American audience, or students in an American class. We might not have all of that context, and it's also Middle Eastern history and conflicts are so complicated, especially U.S. involvement in them too. So, wanted to give you some of what I found. So these are some really cool pictures that I found from New York Times, and you can. I put the link in the notes for the slide deck. So if you want to go look at more of those, check it out. Very cool. These are two videos. So one is on the next slide that I found that were the best sort of like crash course videos. So they give you the history in like a very condensed way and just like the main points. So this first video is like 3 minutes. It's got some really cool video footage. The one the one thing I would say is that it's from an American funded company, which when I looked into the history of it, they actually were created as an anti-communist news source during the Cold War. So it definitely is more kind towards the US. So just kind of keep that in mind if you do watch it. It's still helpful. And then the next one that I found is always does that. The next one I found is this Crash Course World History with John Green, which you might know him from. He wrote the book The Fault in Our Stars, but he also does this cool YouTube channel. And this one's 13 minutes, so it's a little bit more of a time commitment, but I found this one to be far more helpful because he gives you even broader context and tells you a little bit more about Iranian history and explains some things. And I felt like it gave me a really nuanced understanding, more so than the other video did. And so when I was reading Persepolis after this, I just feel like things were much clearer for me having watched these two videos. Um, so I definitely recommend this one. Although, once again, like these are both from American perspectives. So it's great that we have Persepolis to kind of balance that out because that is from someone that is actually Iranian. Um, so yeah, but definitely handy. Highly recommend watching them. Um, ooh, I can't see my little button. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay. Next up, something that was helpful for me to recognize is that there are technically two parts of the revolution. So the first is the Iranian Revolution. It's all kind of the Iranian Revolution, but the first part was from 1978 to 1979, and that resulted in the removal of the Shah or the like king and the creation of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And then we get to the Cultural Revolution, which is kind of where the book starts with Margie being forced to wear a veil in school. So I'm going to stop here and continue in the second video to go through it.